My camping experience. My camping experience. Why am I playing with my hair so much? Hello, sunshine. It's Rachel. Today is a story time. So I'm gonna tell you the story of the time I went to camp. My camping experience at this specific camp just wasn't super great. It wasn't really the camp's fault. It was a bad week for them. It happens. Now that I'm older and I've had jobs, I understand that that happens sometimes. You know, things go wrong. But when I was a kid, I just was like, this camp is the worst. But I had some things go wrong. We couldn't swim in the pool because there was something wrong with the, I think the chlorine levels. But basically they couldn't see the bottom of the deep end of the pool. And so they couldn't let us swim in it, and so that was a problem. One of the other activities ended up not working out. It was just real rough. I was super homesick. It was my first time doing like a sleepaway camp. I went with a friend, but she and I weren't like super duper close, and so that was a little rough. For me, I think I would have done better if I was there with one of my best friends at the time. But she's a lovely girl. And then I just also, I'm not, in all honesty, I'm not a super outdoorsy person. I really love nature and all of that, but like, I'm not a like, let's go camping and hiking and dig into the dirt. I'm not an outdoorsy person as much as I love nature. So it was just, and I never really have been, so that was rough for me as well. But yeah, it was just a rough camping experience. Oh, and then I also, before I get to the real story, so oftentimes at camps or in campgrounds, if you've been, you've probably noticed this, at night, the like bathrooms, the like spiders come out, or like the bugs, and so the bathroom there was like filled with daddy long legs at night. And one night I really had to go to the bathroom, and no one in my cabin would go with me. And one of the people said, just go to the bathroom in the woods behind our cabin. And I was like, oh no, because I'm prissy, but also that just sounded gross to me. And so I refused, and I didn't. And basically, because no one would go with me and you had to take a buddy. So basically, because no one would be able to go with me and you had to take a buddy, and I'm a rule follower and I refused to go in the woods behind our cabin, I didn't go to the bathroom right before bed, and I ended up wetting the bed, which is a little embarrassing. I was still a child, like I said. It was the summer before 5th grade, so I was still pretty young, and it was weird circumstances, but that was also really negative. It wasn't a great experience. Not super happy that it happened, but yeah, that happened. But anyways, none of that is the worst thing that happened at this camp. The worst thing that happened was that they, at the time, didn't have fully enclosed netting on the windows in the cabins. And so which meant that sometimes animals could get in. Normally, animals avoid where humans are. So they didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. But they ended up getting bats in the cabins. Dun, dun, dun. After everybody went home, they found out that there had been bats in the cabins. And any cabin, or anybody who had slept in the cabins where it had been reported that bats had been in, had to get rabies shots. Because a bat bite looks exactly like a bug bite. So if you got bit in your sleep, you would have no way of knowing if you had been bit by a bat. So, as you can probably tell because I'm telling you this, I was lucky enough to have to get rabies shots. I never saw a bat in my cabin, but somebody else, I have no idea who, saw bats in the cabin I slept in. And so, as a precaution, anybody who was in a cabin that a bat was spotted in had to get rabies shots. The summer before 5th grade for me, I ended up having to go in to the hospital. I had to get a shot in my hip to start it off. Luckily, you know, the traditional rabies shots, like almost 30 shots in your stomach, but I was lucky. It was about, I think, 8 shots in total. 1 or 2 of them were in my hip, and then the rest of them were just in my arms. And you just go in periodically and get shots. They were pretty painful. It was a little bit scary. So I have had rabies shots. Because I got rabies shots, I got so many shots that summer. My mom said she had a different age in her mind for when I could get my ears pierced. But after I had to get so many rabies shots, she said, if you really want another needle stuck in you, you can get your ears pierced. So I did. She bought me these cute little bat earrings. They were my first ones besides like my starter earrings. Because bats were the reasons I got my ears pierced. But yeah, I haven't really liked camping very much since then. I wonder why. Well, that's my story. I hope that you liked it. I know it's just a pretty quick story about camping, but there it is. Comment down below if you have any camping stories or stories about bats, I guess, or anything like that. And please subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram at RachelWar96 and Twitter at RachelWaring2. And that's about it. See you guys next week. Peace, love, and buttercups. I hate bats. I hate bats. I hate camping. Small child Rachel didn't know.